Hi guys, welcome to the first of two videos that we'll be recording today. The first video that we've got for you is a 1,000-point battle report. We're just doing Grey Knights versus Ultramarines. We do have some more armies coming for the channel, so you won't always be seeing Grey Knights and Ultramarines. A couple of guard armies on the go. We've got some Death Guard over on the bookcases over there. And also I've got hold of a Dark Angels army, so there'll be a bit of variety on the channel, as well as what we get in. But for today, 1,000 points, Ultramarines and Grey Knights. We are playing... What are we playing?
Retrieval, isn't it?
Retrieval. Yeah, 4 objectives. Dreadnought, Land Raider, little green guy, and those crates at the back. I finished deploying first, so I will get first turn. Ryan tried to seize, rolled a 1, spent a command point, rolled a 5. Seems to be a bit of a running theme.
Yes.
But we will take a quick look at the armies and
Won't take long.
then we'll get on. So, Ultramarines, 1,000 points.
Conscripts.
Yeah.
Gilliman.
Yeah.
2 tanks.
Mm-hmm.
And HQ of Company Commander, Commissar, Lord Commissar.
Who was sticking behind
The
there.
tanks.
That is 1,000 points of Ultramarines. Back to the conscripts. Happy days. I've got a 9-man strike squad. Reading in the comments from the last video, I quite like the idea of running 10-man strike squads for all the shots. Didn't quite have enough points for 10, so there's 9 there. Got 3 paladins, and then in the Telepatarum I've got my Grandmaster in Nemesis Dread Knight armour and a further 3 paladins. So the idea for me will be to get up, shoot, get charges in. Also the plan goes. I haven't taken any vehicles of any kind on my side today. Wanted to get in as many shots as I could with a little bit of durability with the paladins, so we will see how that goes. Just to mention, the second video today is going to be this board getting transformed.
Only slightly.
So we're going to get a load of gravel down on it and PVA it up and dry brush it, make it all look nice. So we thought we'd do the video first of the battle before we start work on what could potentially be lots of drying time. So we'll get straight on with first turn. Right, so at the end of the Grey Knights' first movement phase, Paladins moved up their 5, Strikes moved up to get into better range. The Nemesis Dread Knight, Grandmaster teleported in 9 inches away, as did the other paladins. Those paladins hung back there, although there'll be a little bit of gate going off in a minute hopefully, and they'll get up the board as well. Okay, on to the psychic phase. Okay, really quick psychic phase. The paladin squad smited, killed a conscript. He's got his little bag ready to roll again. The Grandmaster over there got Sanctuary off on himself, thankfully, so that's a 3+ invulnerable save now. They're too far away to smite because of the Grey Knight's watered down version, Rites of Banishment. And the Paladin squad gated from there up to there, within 6 inches of the Grandmaster, so that'll give the re-roll to 1s for the hits. Really quick psychic phase. As you can probably tell, this video is going to rattle through really quickly. Onto the Grey Knight shooting now. At the end of the shooting phase, 19 conscripts died. Well, 18 died. Lost 1 to morale, thanks to that lovely little Lord Commissar trickery pokery where they only lose 1 guy per morale phase. So
That's great.
Not terrible round of shooting, but still a lot of work to be done. Then we'll go on to the assault phase and see what happens there. The assault phase went really well. Paladins declared an assault, lost no wounds in Overwatch, rolled a 10 to get in, which was great. The Grandmaster failed his assault, but with his Reroll from his warlord trait, managed to get in, and then I took out 9 guardsmen in combat. So we're thinning the blob down really nicely. Currently they're in combat, although I'm sure they fall back and shoot shenanigans, but it's taken out some more of that conscript blob and left a nice big hole on the other side there. So not too bad a first turn, to be honest. Fairly happy with that. And we'll now move on to Ultramarines turn uno.
Aye.
Right, so the Ultramarines first movement phase. Conscripts fell back.
Company order, fall back and shoot.
Yeah, not a big shocker there. The interesting bit is that Gulliman then decided, yeah, I'm not having people blow up my little tiny Sam-like friends. So he is clearly going to get into combat this turn at some point and wreck face. That's about it for the movement phase. No psychic phase. Ultramarines don't sully themselves with psychic powers.
No,
not often. So we'll move on to the shooting phase now. Okay, a pretty good round of shooting from the Ultramarines as expected. The 3-man Paladin squad here got wasted. Chose not to spend a command point to re-roll anything because it wasn't beneficial. He then shot the other Demos at this squad. I did spend a command point to re-roll and failed, so lost 2 guys. Shot all your Stormbolters off the top, nothing. I don't think your guardsmen did anything, did they? They did wound, but they didn't.
Yeah, it was just there.
They didn't do much. Yeah, that Paladin has lost. Oh, he's lost 2 wounds because I count down on my wound trackers. So not great for the Grey Knights. However, pretty much to be expected when you've got these guys firing 4 shots of death each at you.
Skip the psychic phase, luckily. That was fun. And shooting phase fast. So now on to
the assault phase. Yeah. So we'll be back in a second. So at the end of the Ultramarines assault phase, I think we all knew what was happening there. You got into assault, ripped them to absolute pieces. I think you used the Hand of Dominion, didn't you, opposed to the Emperor's Sword. Shredded the hell out of them, and goodbye Paladins, then consolidated towards the Dread Knight. At the end of the first turn, the battlefield looks like this. Conscript blob's been halved, but
still stands.
Yeah, still stands. 1 Paladin left there, the Strikes and the Grandmaster. So not a lot of models for the Grey Knights. Got to now decide on what I want to go after. Although I do quite like the idea of trying to take Gulliman down. It could be completely futile, but would be really interesting to see. So that wraps up first turn. Really quick and simple, and we'll get on to the Grey Knights turn 2. So we've just streamlined this phase, obviously, because there's not a lot of models on the board. Paladin moved up, they moved forwards as well. Psychic phase, got Sanctuary off, these guys gated over to here. Then the Dread Knight, or Grandmaster, assaulted Gilliman, didn't take any wounds to Overwatch thankfully, and then these guys managed to roll a 10 and assault him as well. So that is how we're looking at the moment. We'll get the assault phase out of the way and see where the chips fall. That was pathetic. So the Grandmaster actually did a lot of wounds to Gilliman and he made a shit ton of 3+ invulns. The Strike Squad attacked, did nothing. I then burnt 2 command points on the stratagem, which allows me to have an infantry squad fight again in the fight phase immediately.
It costs 3 to do that.
Grey Knights get something of benefit then. And I did 1 whole wound to Gilliman. 1 whole wound. This is not looking good at all. So he's very hard to shoot at with what I've got on the board, and he appears to be even harder to take down in melee. Although I'm saying that if the Grandmaster had have got some wounds through, I mean, you made, I think, was it 5 or 6? No, 5 3+ saves. Yeah. So if he'd have got a couple of those had snuck through, it might have been a little bit different, but it isn't. So we're moving on to Ultramarines turn 2. So at the end of the Ultramarines turn 2, we're just going to speed through this. Gilliman decided to fall back because he wanted to allow everything else to shoot at the guys. So he fell back. He shot himself because Ultramarines can do that. Unfortunately, that means that he couldn't charge back in this phase, but not too much panic there. The strike squad lost 6 guys to firepower, and the Grandmaster took 5 wounds. So it's looking a little bit grim there. I might just charge back into Gilliman for the hell of it, to be honest, and actually hope that this big guy manages to get some wounds through, because they'll hurt if he does. I've used all my command points now. I had to burn 1 for a reroll on a save. Otherwise the Grandmaster wouldn't be looking as healthy as he does now. That's about all to say, I think. Anything else to add for that turn?
Not really.
It's pretty fast, wasn't it? Just, yeah, pretty fast, pretty speedy turn. Okay, on to Grey Knight's turn 3 then. The unthinkable has happened. For the time, yeah, exactly. For now, for the time being, the big guy has been slain.
Until it gets rebooted.
Rebooted, reboot. That's brilliant. The big guy did it. He managed to get 2 wounds through. He burnt a command point to reroll 1. Yeah. Still didn't save it. And then it's D3 damage for each of the wounds that went through. I rolled a 5 and a 6 for a total of 6, which is what he had left. Really chuffed.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh!
Hang on.
This actually might come. I didn't think I was going to have to use it. Only in death does duty end. Who's that one?
You get to fight.
Yes.
Yeah.
When the model is slain, as if you're a shooting phase, if you're a fight phase. Yeah. 1 final attack.
Right, we'll do that and get back to you. So I probably just realised I did not talk through what happened leading up to this point. But basically, he got Sanctuary off. That squad smited, closest model, 1 mortal wound. Smited, 1 mortal wound, which took him from his 8 that he had left down to the 6. Then the charge in. He took a couple of wounds in Overwatch, but that was pretty good. So we'll get to this stratagem and see what happens.
Might as well use it.
So that was over quickly. He managed to take out, using his stratagem, the Grandmaster, gone, and then he's off the board for this turn. He failed his
off as well.
reroll to come back, so that's interesting. So we've currently got 4 strikes staring down that lot, and 1 paladin. Okay.
I'm glad I remembered to use that. I was like, oh, he's dead. I was saving that.
Yeah.
And I thought it was going to survive, so I was going to use another strat, but then...
No wrong with that at all. So that is the... It sucks to lose the Grandmaster.
I only know to use it when he's slain, so we just started recording after he was slain.
However, first time I've taken Gilliman down in the 4 or 5 times that we've played, so I'll take that happily every day of the week. The game will be a loss for Grey Knights, I think, but...
We're not even touching objectives.
With what you've got left to shoot, those 4 little guys and him are about to get blown to shreds. But yeah, Gilliman, dead.
I'm not fussed.
Oh, I know. You're still going to get the victory, but that cheers me up all day long.
He's obviously not dead, 'cause he just gets rebooted at the end of this.
Reboot of the reboot. Right, okay, on to your turn 3, isn't it?
I don't know if he still does get brought back on every turn or not.
Yeah, I think you get to roll for it every turn. You have to check your roll book, but I'm sure every turn he gets to roll for it.
It says the first time, set him up at the end if you get a 4+. But it don't tell you about redoing it every turn now.
Well, it will be a moot point, I think.
I think I'll be alright.
Right, let's do it. Let's finish this off. Back in a mo.
It's your turn.
As we thought, conscripts did really well. Blew them apart. They got 15 wounds, didn't they? Really good. He lasted all of one little tiny pop of shooting and gone. So Ultramarines victory with the Grey Knights being tabled.
And a sad Gilliman.
And a sad Gilliman, which just makes
He's reading his rules.
Makes my day all the better. He's reading his rules and going, how did I die? What? Look at this, I've got my own page.
I mean, I've nice got blank space.
Frilly armour. How was this possible? But yeah, brilliant. Epic handshake. Thanks very much, mate. So that's the first video of today finished. The next video, which probably won't be released today, I might leave it a day or two. We'll see how it goes, but you will see the board transformation. We're going to record using the webcam what we're doing, and then I'll speed through the footage with little clips explaining exactly what we're doing as we go along. So hopefully you find that interesting, and it might give you some ideas for sorting out your own boards at home that you've got and just making them look a bit more thematic. Well, thanks for watching, guys, and happy gaming from myself and Major Tweed at Failed Leadership 40k.